Metaverse Racing News Network, the Ultimate Racing League, and the Ultimate Garage proudly presents On the Track Live with your hosts, Mass Chef, Ant-Man 89, and World #1 City Pigeon.
Good evening, race fans. And so as you can see, I'm running a little bit solo this evening. City Pigeon is off at the Midwest meetup, meeting up with Too Stupid and a bunch of other folks over in Cleveland, Ohio. So hopefully he's having a great time over there. Ant-Man will be joining us here very shortly. He's running a little bit behind, but that's all right. If you don't know how this works, basically we just air public races as they're happening. If we can get, 6 drivers into a race, we're going to add some upicks to it, make some good prizes of it. Just go out and really just get on the track, learn how to race, have a good time, chit chat. Feel free to leave comments in the chat there, and I'll answer as many as I can see without my readers on. But anyway, it is what it is. So welcome to our premiere edition of On the Track Live. We do this on Saturday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, or in your specific time zone. So we've already got one track or one race up on the boards. It's already started. Only a few racers in there. Bring out your cars. Get out there on the track. We're going to start this off. First 6-man race we get up there. We'll do a 5K UpX bonus to one of the drivers. We do a quick wheel spin. Wherever that lands, that's the driver that's going to get the additional UpX. Doesn't matter if you put any stakes on it or anything. If you just want to go out and have fun and be on the track. While we're waiting on some of these races to pop up, hopefully they do. I did want to quickly just go over where we stood over in the Harvest Season Championship, because we had quite the shakeup this last week. City Pigeon not being able to race very well. He was on the road, as we all know, so he wasn't able to race very good. But Ace 696 coming through with a giant victory. Very nice. Excuse me. Funky Beats grabbing a second place spot, which was very, very cool. She was trying to get second place the week before and got beat out by Vape High Guy and JH Tolton right at the end. But she was able to put together a really nice race this past week. So looking at this leaderboard, I've got a red line drawn there. That's where our cutoff is for the season finale in London on the London Monument Speedway. So right now, we've got Cal Trading Co. in there in that 12th position, along with going up the list there, Cuddy Boo, Cruiserito, RDP, JR Wheels, Vape High Guy, Crowley 27, JH 2271, Funky Beats, City Pigeon, Wander 1976, and of course Ace 696 with a very nice win. And again, consistency matters. Ace, being up in the top 5 pretty much every week. So the points are reflected as such. So we are doing qualifying right now. It opened up on Thursday. We are qualifying now on the Metaspook circuit. Now this track is just insane. 20 turns, so not a lot of turns. There is a nice boost right there. It's tough to boost right off the gate. What up, JR Wheels? What's going on? JH Tolton in the house. How you doing? So yeah, we're just having a quick discussion about this track that we're qualifying on right now, the Metaspook circuit, 2.36 miles. Now, whereas the last couple of weeks, speed is definitely been the prevailing thing. This one, not so much. This one's more about braking, about knowing the turns, about knowing, what the speeds are that you need to take these turns at. This is a very technical track. So we're going to see some interesting times on here. I've been kind of going on and watching, some of the races that have been public so far. And it's really interesting to see these guys racing around this track. So, definitely want to get in there, get your qualifying times in. This is going to be a brutal track this week. So Everybody is going to definitely need some practice on this one. June, what's up? How you doing? So yeah, that's where we are. So yeah, just looking for somebody to get some races up. We got nothing on the boards just yet, but hopefully we get something here soon. Um, and in the meantime, we do want to go ahead and do a giveaway for today. We are doing giving away one of these MCM CK3 recovery go-karts. I don't know what the mint number is that I'm giving away today. It's probably like 17 or 16 or something along those lines. But hashtag MCM in the chat right now. Cruiserito in the holes. Hashtag MCM in the chat, and we'll give away one of these bad boys. But in the meantime, let's get some races up on the board. Hopefully, we can get somebody in there. Races up on the board. We got 5K at stake for our first race, and we've got JH throwing up one on the Metaspook circuit, trying to get some qualifying times in there. So hopefully, we can get some drivers in there, throw in some extra upics on it. JR Wheels is going to put up one now too. So we got a couple going. JR Wheels got a 500 UpX fee on his. JH with a 100 UpX fee. Let's get some racers in there. Not a lot of viewership right now. Only a few people in watching the show tonight, which is okay. It's kind of a busy night everywhere. But hopefully we can get enough people in there to get some races on. Cruiserito joining in on JR Wheels' track right now. And don't get me wrong. So you don't have to race the Metaspook circuit. We can race anything. Just 6 drivers in a race. And I don't even care if it's the fast cars, slow cars, karts, semis. If we can get a semi in there, that would be cool too. Whatever. So it's literally, it's an open door. Anything you want to race, just throw a race up there, and we'll try to get some extra upics into those races and make it fun. Give you something to play for. But one thing I do want to talk about just a little bit. We got 4 drivers in JR Wheels' course now. A couple more, and we'll give away some upics. But one thing, hey Vape, how you doing? So one thing I want to talk about is, as we're getting new drivers in on some of these high profile races, these races that are, that we're running in the URL for the Harvest Championship. These are high stakes races. Some of the drivers just in the first 3 races of the season are already close to $500,000 in upics in earnings. So these are some high stakes races. And so I want to emphasize trying to run clean races. I know it's difficult, especially as new drivers are coming in, trying to learn how to race on these tracks, race with these other guys that are running so fast. And what I mean by clean races is, not trying to sit on top of somebody and because that literally hurts both drivers. It hurts the one that did it, and it hurts the one that got it done to them. So, hey, Metaspook. We want to try to run as clean races as we can. I know it's all part of the game. I know it's a mechanic in the game. I don't agree with the fact that 2 cars can take up space at the same time, the same space. I think that's something that kind of does racing a little bit of a disservice because, you shouldn't be able to sit on top of another driver. So with that said, a lot of times, a lot of these crashes, when you're coming up next to somebody, if you're trying to pass, if you're getting past or whatever, try to hold your line a little bit. There's no reason to jump in on somebody's line and cause you both to crash out because then it doesn't really do anybody any good. Um, you know, uh, and and listen, we've all done it. I'm guilty of it. Everybody's guilty of it. But I would really like to see racing kind of get cleaned up a little bit and run some cleaner races. That would be really, really cool. I think it would be very helpful. And look at it this way: eventually, there's going to be damage for cars. It's inevitable. It's coming. So it's going to start being really expensive to wreck your car. So it would be really cool If everybody kind of learned how to drive without trying to cause wrecks or doing their best that they can to avoid wrecks in these high profile, high stakes races. So that's all I'm really going to say about that. But anyway, let's go have some fun. We now got 5 in JR Wheels's race there. JH jumping over there with a series 1, going to have some fun in that bad boy. Let's see, we got a stock car pro in there, a couple of them. June and Cruzerito running the stock car pros. JR Wheels in a 1E. Ace in a 1R. JR Wheels been running the Dickens out of that 1E. Very dangerous in that thing, along with Warner 1976, also very dangerous in his 1E. Able to boost it up there pretty good. So it's really cool to watch. So let's see if we can jump over and watch some of these races here. JR Wheels looks like about 40 seconds in that one. JH's course is live, but only with 2 drivers in it. So Vape High Guy and JH in that one. And JR's going to start here in just a minute. So hopefully jump in there and check the race out. Still only 5 drivers in there. Got about 10 seconds before that one starts. And we're going to wait for it to go live before we jump in. So no bonus on this one, but we'll try to get a bonus here going. If anybody else wants to put up a track, doesn't matter what kind of car you do, you want to put up kart races, that's cool too. I'm totally down for whatever anybody wants to throw up there. Let's go out and have some fun on the track. Vape, fastest, more fun to watch. That's funny. I don't know. I mean, I enjoy watching it too, but I also enjoy racing. I got a Vasquez up with a karts only race going on. If somebody wants to jump in there, Iceman himself jumping on a kart race. That's pretty cool. If anybody wants to jump in that one, that'd be fun. 1,000 Uppick stake. It's pretty good. Running on the Iceman International Raceway. We're all fairly familiar with that one. That one should be fun. Let's see. Looks like JR race is having a little bit of issue. Well, let's see if we can jump in here and see what's going on. These guys running on that Metasboot course, boy, that's man, that thing is just tough. Tough course. All right, Sir Mitch jumping in Iceman's racetrack there. And here we go. We've got A696 out in front. And there we go. See, that's the thing. It's just so many skids on this track. Cruzerito coming up right behind him in that Pro Series stock car. JH2271 right behind him. JR Wheels in the back. June in the back. And this is where it starts to really get interesting. You get to these turns and trying to get around. And June with a nice pass there on JR Wheels. Getting a skid now. JH making a move on Cruzerito and does get up and around him and takes off with that boost. A696 still holding his own up in front there. So, oh, and JH with a terrible slide. And there goes Cruzerito up and around. There goes JR Wheels and around. Oh, my goodness. That is such a brutal turn. And now Cruzerito able to get up around Ace, but then Ace takes back from the inside on that corner. And now we go into this brutal S turn. Everybody's skidding through there. JH skidding, Shun skidding, Ace skidding. Everybody having issues with those turns. Just so tough. And there goes JR Wheels up around Cruiserito now. Cruiserito. Now JR's getting in a skid. And there's Cruiserito. JR very nicely moves over. Allows Cruiserito to get around. Maintains his third place spot. Still within distance of Cruiserito by allowing him to get around him and not crash. Taking them both out, which would allow JH and June to catch up very quickly. And here we go. Both boosting up into that little turn there. And JR said, see ya. The speed of that S1 really just showing right up. And here comes JH now battling with Cruiserito. Both of them now going around JR. And Cruiserito and JH and JR both skidding. Oh, and there goes JH around taking the inside of that turn. We are on lap number 3. And JH taking off very nicely up into that second place position, taking it away from JR. JR taking a very nasty spin out there. And I think this is a lot of what we're going to see on Friday's race as well. Lots of changes in placement here. Ace making a fairly short work of this track right now. Just having a really nice run. Not a lot of skids. Taking those turns nicely. Just great turns. Still got that Iceman racetrack up with some karts. Only a couple drivers in there. This is the race going right now. And there it is. A696 taking the win. JH grabbing second place. JR Wheels in third. Cruiserito in fourth. And Chiyun grabbing fifth on that race. Very nicely done. Nice clean race. When I talk about a clean race, that's what I mean. No sense in crashing everybody out because you don't want him to get in front of you. You're much better off if you're in a skid and you've got a close driver by you. You're much better off letting them take the pass and staying with them. So very, very clean race. Very nicely done by everybody. Not 6 drivers, so no extra upicks on this one, but hopefully we can get 6 drivers in there on the next one. But that was just that was a textbook. Kart track there. You got 20 seconds. Hurry up. One more driver and we'll give away 5K upicks to somebody. Oh, is it lagging, Mitch? No, that's not good. All right, we're going to jump over into Iceman's track. There's number 6 getting in there. All right, here we go. We're going to give away 5,000 upicks on this Iceman race right now. 5,000. Somebody on this race is going to win 5,000 upicks. So hopefully we got it in there. Hopefully it's not going to lag too bad. It's showing up as a double race, though, so we'll see what happens here. Trying to get in as a spectator. We'll see if we can get in there. There we go. Still got a lot of qualifiers going on there. Sir Mitch and a Vasquez both qualified. A Vasquez with a 151. Pretty good time for a fairly long track, 1.63 miles. We've raced this one with Stock Car Pros, with S1Es. Very technical track. A lot of fun, though, and so decked out. There's so much going on this track, which is probably why everybody's lagging, especially if you're on a phone and not on PC. It'll definitely lag more. But we'll see if we can get in there and get this one going here. It's kind of weird that it's shown up twice in the lobbies. And I'm still showing 3 people qualifying. Vape High Guy, Cruiserito. And there we go. Now the qualifiers are coming through. JR with a nice time. 7/100ths of a second. A little bit faster than a Vasquez. Just waiting on JH to finish up qualifications there. All right, we're going to let JH finish his qualifying. We'll be right back. All right, we got the race loading up here right now. This is going to be, oh, we got a forklift cart in there. I love that thing. That is such a cool cart. Number 74 forklift cart. That thing's so sweet. Oh no, Chun got bumped. All right, here we go. And we are off. JR Wheels busting. Everybody busting out with a big old boost right from the gate. Uh-oh, and there we go into the blocks already. Vape High Guy and JH getting tangled up a little bit there. And here we go, hitting these boosts, going through. There's a ship from Sir Mitch. I can tell that's him. That is such a sweet card also. I love watching the cards because they're so unique. You really just can't beat it. And JR Wheels still up front in that forklift go-kart. That thing is so sweet. JH and Cruiserito still kind of in the back a little bit here. Trying to play catch up now. And they're starting to catch up to the pack here. JH is running pretty heavy. Oh no, Cruiserito with the skid. JH with a nice clean run makes a pass to Sir Mitch. Now coming up on a Vasquez, Vape High Guy, and JR Wheels. JR with a pretty good lead. And now making a pass of a Vasquez there on the inside. Very nice, nicely done by JH. Vape High Guy now in the hunt. JH has got him in his sights. Trying to track him down. We got to watch out for those boxes that are in the way for sure. And still trying to catch JR Wheels, who is absolutely gone. He has made short work of this in a hurry. That forklift is just blowing him away. I think it's so cool. It's so hard. I don't even have a favorite cart anymore. They're all so awesome. Like I can't even name a favorite, and I have so many of them. You'd think I'd be able to at least name one or two, but I think the forklift is right up there as one of my favorites anyway. And the ships, I love the ships. Sir Mitch's ships are sweet. That thing is bad. That is so badass. Very unique cart. Oh no! I think Sir Mitch might be running driverless there. JH still trying to catch up. We are on the last lap here. Cruiserito way in the back here. I don't know what happened there. I think Sir Mitch might be stuck, or he's just holding his brake. I don't know what. Rashad, what is up? I don't know what Sir Mitch has got going on here. There he goes. I literally think he was stuck. It looks like JR Wheels taking the win. J2271 right behind him. J Pie Guy in third, coming up on the finish line right now. There we go. Let's submit. Cruiserito on the last list. Cruiserito has some technical difficulties, I think. I believe they got lapped. Right now. Very strange. But we will come back to that and get a final for in just a moment and try to get, and we'll get some updates out to one of these drivers. All right, we've got A696 with a race up kart only EL78 Gangsta Karts track. So hopefully everybody, we're going to jump out of this one and jump right into Ace's course there. That would be sweet. I wonder if we have some multiple lap issues going on here. Because they're still running that race. Looks like Cruiserito's coming around to the finish line now, so hopefully we'll see that get finished up there. And don't forget hashtag MCM. We're giving away an ultra rare cart this evening. Hashtag MCM if you haven't done it already. All right, Ace has got 5 drivers in there. Let's get one more, hopefully. Let's see, did we get a finish here? Hopefully we got a finish because, oh boy. Everybody's cart's going to be stuck on the Iceman's track here. Yeah, it's not looking too good. Not looking too good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a screenshot of where we are right now. And regardless of finishing position, I'm going to give somebody some upicks. So here, let me do this. My screenshots are getting messed up now. So if we see it, copy. Yeah, I think that race is stuck. I'm almost sure of it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put the names in the wheel spin, and we're gonna give away some upicks this way. All right, here we go. We're going to give away 5,000 upicks to one of these drivers from that last race. let's go ahead and do this wheel spin, and then we'll jump into this other race. We got about 2.5 minutes left on that one. Cruiserito. All right, now we'll be sending UpX out at the conclusion of the show. Congratulations, Cruiserito. Cruiserito getting 5K. I'm going to put my numbers back in there for the next race. There we go. All right, let's see what we got going on for this other race. There was the final times. My goodness, that race finally finished up at 7 minutes. Extra laps there. I'm nearly sure of it. But we're going to now jump into Ace 696's race and see how that's going. We got 6 drivers in there. So we'll do another 5K UpX on this one as well. All right, Tolton's got a Hazard SS cart we're going to give away to the winner of this race. So the winner of this race is going to get a Hazard SS cart from compliments of J.H. Tolton. Hashtag MCM. Don't forget, get in there and get you one of these carts that we're giving away, because that's what we do. We like to give stuff away. Hashtag MCM. Right now, you can earn one of these CK3 recovery go-karts. Only 20 mints. Yeah, no kidding, Vape. That track is built out ridiculous. Which could be, contributing to some of the technical issues that we're having on it as well. All right, so jumping in here on Ace's track right now, we've got Ace. Wow, this is an interesting view. I don't think I've ever had this one before. That was weird. Huh. Anyway, Ace right out front on this gangsta track, EL78 Gangsta. And Ace out in front right now. Oh, Ja Rashad runs into a box. JR Wheels now up into 3rd. June in 5th. Cruiserito 6th. Ja Rashad and oh my goodness, and a big giant pile up now. All kinds of issues. This allows JR to get off of the pack and be way out in front now. Cruiserito able to get around the pile up and jump into 2nd place there. And that was one of those kind of unavoidable pileups, I think, which does happen sometimes. Cruiserito with a skid. This is going to give JR a little more of an opportunity to get away. Cruiserito making good time around there. Ja Rashad trying to play catch up. Everybody's kind of spread out now. Ace, June, JH all trying to catch up back up here after the crash. And JH is on a roll. Got good speed coming into that turn. Oh, but took a skid. That is such a rough turn. Tough to get around that one clean. Luckily, there's another boost right there ready to go. Boxes galore. These guys seem to be avoiding them pretty good. JR is still with a great, big, huge lead. He's trying to get himself one of those SS carts. Lost some of his speed there. Maybe gives Cruiserito's chance to catch up. Oh, here comes Ja Rashad coming up on Cruiserito now. And Ja Rashad getting a skid on that turn. It's just so hard to get broke down enough to get around that turn without skidding. JR Wheels looks like he's going to grab a first place position here. And that track is, man, so decked out. So decked out. Man, big hats off to everybody over at the Yellow 78 Lasher Evergreen neighborhood, because that track is built out very nicely. Very well done. All right, JR Wheels grabbing the win. Cruiserito coming in second, Ja Rashad third, Ace in fourth, JH fifth, and Chiyun in sixth. So, of course, we are going to do another wheel spin here for another 5,000 UPIX. So let's jump over to our wheel, and we're going to shuffle it a couple of times and do the spin. And let's see, racer number 5, JH2271, going to grab some UPIX. Congrats to JH on that one. Yeah, that was definitely a hectic pile up on that one. 100%. 100%. Here we go. Hashtag MCM. Don't forget, get in there. We've got enough time for a few more races here if we can get them in. We've already given away 10,000 UPIX so far tonight. Would be cool if we could get one more, get one or two more runs on the Metaspoot course. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm not picky. We can do whatever. All right, Cruiserito putting up one with a 202 MPS, the 1R MPS limit there, no boost, 1,000 UPIX. Vape High Guy opening up a course there on the AVG Aces High. That's the carts only if you want to jump in that one. All right, we're going to get everybody an opportunity to get some races set up here, get some qualifying in. And while we do that, we will be right back.
Champions race here in the Ultimate Racing League.
All right, and we are back. Hashtag MCM. And get a chance to win that cart. And I seem to have lost my race. There it is. All right, still got a couple of races up on the boards. Only a couple of drivers in each one. Cruiserito's track. Looks like Iceman's got another race up, but I think his track is a little iffy right now Could be a rough one. I think we had extra laps on that last race because we had some of those finishers right around that 7-minute mark. So that was not good. All right, we got 3 in Cruiseritos race now at 202 MPS, running on Cruiseritos track. We got 3 drivers in there, so a couple more would be nice. Still got a couple of racers in there on Vape High Guy's course. Looks like Vape is going to try to run 2 races at the same time here. We'll see how that goes. He's running 2 tracks. That's all right. All right, we got about 15 minutes left. We do want to get at least one more full race in. That would be nice. Still got time to get in Cruiseritos track. Still about 2 minutes left on that one. Anybody wants to jump in on a 202 MPS vehicle? All right, we got a couple of carts in now, up to 4 carts. We got 5 in Cruiseritos course on the 202 MPS with about a minute and a half left. About a minute left on Vape High Guys carts only course. If you want to jump in that one, only 100 UPIX stake on that one. We got 1,000 UPIX stake on Cruiseritos track. 5 drivers in there. One more driver. I'll tell you what, one more driver. There we go. Vape High Guy going to jump in that one. We got 6 in there. So I am going to jump in that one. Check that one out. Vape donate to Cruise's track. This is a tough track, everybody. I just want to say that right off the bat. 2.7 miles right at the very edge of what's supposedly the max of the medium structure. But we'll see how we go here. Like, look at this thing. That is such a nasty track. But a really nice straightaway on the back there. We're at 2.66 miles exactly, which is technically 0.16 miles above the 2.5 mile max. So hats off to Cruise for getting that approved. Although I do know of a couple other tracks that are considerably longer than what they say they can be. JR winning a cart from JH. Thank you, JH, for that donation. That was very cool. And let's see, we're just waiting on the final 2 qualifiers here for this race. Well, no, 3 qualifiers, it looks like. We got JH, Ace, and Ja Rashad all in on this one. This one is a 202 max performance score, which is a 1R. And here we go, JR with another good qualifying time, 122.630. And we are going to get into this race and get it started here. It's probably going to be our last race for this evening. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to up the ante a little bit. Let's go for 10K on this one. We're going to go on 10K on this one. Everybody will notice that 6th place position starting in the wrong direction. If you didn't notice that when we come in, it was That's pretty funny. That sixth place has got to make a left-hand turn right off the gate. And another big pile up. Oh, who gets around but JH around the outside and went past everybody. Able to avoid that pile up very nicely. Cruiserito now right behind him, trying to come up, gets a skid. Now it's JH and Cruiserito. JH just in front, and oh no, and they bump into each other there, trying to get out of each other's way. And here comes JR up on the outside, now the inside of this turn, and able to get around both of them. JH now sneaking up around Cruiserito again. Here comes Ja Rashad, Vape High Guy, and A696. Vape trying to get around Ja and does not do it. Oh, Ja's up front. That was Ace. I'm sorry. Ace trying to get around, or Vape trying to get around Ace and didn't do it. And now JH and JR battling here. JH with a move on the inside there as JR took a skid. And now here comes Cruiserito up around where JR was. Also trying to get around, and he does make a nice move to get around JR there. And here come these skid turns. Cruiserito and JR are now both trying to make some time up on JH, who's in front right now. Both taking a skid around that turn. JH got some nice turns there. But here comes Cruiserito and JR coming up fast. JR up on the outside. Cruiserito taking the inside line. Both skidding a little bit, but that's not a turn that you have to be too concerned with. And Cruiserito getting the best of that one, taking that center line around. But everybody skids there, and there goes JR on the inside of Cruiserito. In this second lap, we still got one more lap to go. JH holding off JR and Cruiserito, who are hot on his heels. Now JR trying to make moves on JH. JH using a boost to get away. And here comes JR with a boost now. And Cruiserito coming up on the inside of JR there. Able to get around just a bit, but oh, terrible skid. Loses all the momentum. JR able to get back in front again. Still trying to play catch up with JH 2271, who's in the lead by quite a bit here. And now we are going into lap number 3, third and final lap here. Can JH hold off these other two very aggressive drivers? And look out, because now Ja Rashad is coming up on the back of the pack here. A few good turns, and he'll be right up in it, coming up on Cruiserito's back end here. And trying to take a good line, and Ja Rashad coming up on Cruiserito. Cruiserito able to pull away. And there goes JH around the outside of JR on that turn. Trying to maintain speed coming in here. Can he do it? He's still got to hold off JR a little bit longer. We've got a really long straight coming up here. JH still doing a good job going into this finish line here, but boy, took a huge skid there. And now Ja Rashad and JR are going at it. Now Cruiserito up into the mix. There it goes, Cruiserito around the inside. Ja Rashad trying to get around him. And oh no, they're going to get stuck. And there goes JR, wheels up around the outside again. And it's going to be JH, JR wheels. And now Cruiserito, Ja Rashad, A696. And then Vape High Guy. He's going, nope, I'm not going to cross the finish line. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. All right, fine, I'll do it. All right. fairly clean race, a little bumping and grinding there. Would definitely like to see that get cleaned up a little bit more, but not bad, not bad. And we're going to grab a screenshot. And we're going to jump over here. All right, this one's for 10,000 UPIX. We're going to shuffle this a few more times. All right, go. Here we go, 10,000 UPIX. Somebody in this race is going to win 10K right now, and that is going to be driver number 4, Ja Rashad. Ja Rashad, 10K UPIX coming your way. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Okay. All right. Overall, very decent racing this evening. Quite enjoyed it. Some nice runs there. That last race, we could clean up a little bit. I definitely want to see more of the what I would consider fair play racing. Even though these things are a mechanic of the game, it's just good to have fair racing. There's points that are deducted if you're racing in real life for causing wrecks needlessly and so on and so forth. Not that I don't think there's a way to do that here. But I do want to remind everybody that damage is coming. At some point, your car is going to get damaged when you run into another car. They've said that for years now that it is coming. So I fully believe that it eventually it is. So we definitely want to try to learn how to run clean races. If you're skidding, scoot over. Don't crash out the person that's coming up behind you, because it's only going to take you both out. And you stand a much better chance of getting back up to speed and staying within a place or two of the skid by not trying to crash out somebody or trying to block somebody from getting around you. It's just much better for the game. It's much better for the race. And it's makes racing more fun all the way around for everybody. So clean racing out there, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, make sure you're getting your qualifying runs in on this very difficult Medish boot course, or not Medish boot course, but Medish boot course. Man, I almost forgot which day we're on. Anyway, hashtag MCM right now. We are going to give away this cart. This is your last call for hashtag MCM to give this card away. Hashtag MCM right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. JH, yeah. All right, JH, I'm going to reserve that in Chicago for you. Congratulations. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us this evening. We will be back next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, for On the Track Live. Hopefully, I'll have my 2 co-hosts back with me next week. But until then, let's keep it clean and have some fun. And I'll see you on the track.